Hello, good day everyone. So our topic for today is writing to learn strategies. Writing to learn strategies. At the end of the week, the pre-service teacher should be able to discuss how writing to learn strategies facilitate learning in mathematics teaching, construct writing to learn worksheets, construction of sample of the different writing to learn strategies. So now, when we say writing to learn strategies, what are they? So writing to learn strategies enables students to process, organize, formulate, and extend their thinking about what they have been learning. So it can also teachers assign doing these activities to help students evaluate what they know and understand about the topic. Then this can also help foster students' abilities to make predictions, build connections, raise questions, discover new ideas, and promote higher level thinking. Under writing to learn strategies, we have an examples of descriptive writing, expository writing, cause and effect writing, persuasive writing, narrative writing. So now let us first discuss what is descriptive writing. So now, what is descriptive writing? It is relied on the authors using the detailed descriptions that convey the sensory details or what he or she describing. So, descriptive writing helps the readers to visualize things, place, persons, or any situation is being described. It helps the reader to understand the text better and easy to recognize the author's intention more clearly. And that is the meaning of descriptive writing. Now let us move on to expository writing. It is seeks to explain, illuminate, or expose. The word expository came from the word expose. In this type of writing, it includes essays, newspapers, articles, magazines, textbooks, encyclopedia, and etc. So expository writing is different from the other types of writing, such as fiction and poetry. So now, an example of this is the lesson. The most of expository essays has an introductory paragraph in which a thesis or objectives are stated. So now, cause and effect writing. So when we say cause and effect writing, it is caused by essays when we explain the causes and effect of a topic or a problem. It is a brief piece of expository writing that explains the circumstances leading to an event or situation. So cause and effect may also predict what will happen as a result of current situation. So now let us move on to persuasive writing. What is persuasive writing? It is a form of non-fiction writing that encourages careful word choice, the development of logical arguments, and a cohesive summary. So persuasive writing, this is any written communication with the intention to convince or influence readers to believe in an idea or opinion and to do an action in writing. Now, what is now narrative writing? A narrative writing is writing that has a story, characters, conflict, and other essential parts of a story. Narrative writing is often synonymous with the story. However, if you're writing a story of some kind, that is narrative writing, where a narrator is telling the story. So when we say narrative writing, this is differ greatly compared to the other form of writing, like in textbooks, written and non-fiction books. So in narrative writing, we have the following characters, conflict, and other essential parts of a story. Let us now tackle those essential parts of a narrative writing. The first part of narrative writing is the character. So what is now character? The characters are essential. It's extremely difficult to tell a story without them. As a character, development is one of the best part in narrative writing. So character, think of your characters as the driving force of the narrative. Sometimes, the character chosen is unreliable and therefore has holes throughout the story. So now let us tackle conflict. So conflict, this part of narrative writing is where the tension comes from. So when we say conflict, it is any form, whether it's between characters, between elements in your setting, or even in your plot, is essential for not only a good book, but for the narrative writing. Another part of narrative writing is plot. So when we say plot, what does it mean? So this means this is the main point of your story. Where is it all going and what's happening while we get there? So when we say plot, this can often include any conflict, but is usually a bigger main portion of your story, and therefore the narrative. So another part of narrative writing is setting. So when we say setting, the setting of a story is really what determines its genre as well as its learning curve. Then, the learning curve refers to how much readers need to learn about the world, aka how different it is from our own. So when we say setting, it is adds to this extreme extensively because if your book is a new world, more world building is necessary, which means it will bleed heavily into your narrative, which is part of the story. Then the fourth part of narrative writing is theme. So when we say theme, these are embedded into your story even you're not trying to. So narrative writing tells a story and with any stories. Lessons are learned and this become the themes of your story. So theme. When we say theme, it is whether you mean to or not, your thoughts about the world and important values bleed in your work within the narrative writing. So when we say narrative writing, it has narrative writing arc, which is the last part of narrative writing. So let us now tackle what is narrative writing arc. Narrative writing arc tells this is the story structure the narrative takes. This includes this like things, inciting incident, key milestones like the first slap and the second slap, the climax, the resolution, and even one sense like the character arc. So when we say narrative writing arc, this is where you will be expressing your feelings. Since we are done in our discussion about writing to learn strategies, let us now answer this activity 1 and activity 2. Explain writing to learn strategies in 3 to 5 sentences. Number 2 is what is narrative writing? Hope you understand this lesson. Thank you everyone for watching.